The Hiding Place Life of Corrie ten Boom is a true story. It's based on the book written by Corrie ten Boom with John and Elizabeth Sherrill. And it is a story of an elderly woman and her father and her sister, two spinster ladies, and they own a watch shop in Holland during World War II. And when the German occupation comes to their little town, they see the way that the Germans are treating the Jews and the danger that the Jews are in, and they cannot stand by and watch and do nothing. So this family takes Jews into their home and hides them from the Gestapo. For several years, they hid Jews in their home. They helped people find safer places to stay. They provided food for those who were in need. And then the Gestapo finally found them out. They were arrested and taken to a concentration camp. And so Corrie ten Boom and her sister Betsy were in a couple different concentration camps. Her sister and her father both died, but Corrie was released. And for the next 40 years, she traveled the world sharing her story and sharing the hope that she found even in the darkest times. And so our play shares that story. Corrie ten Boom actually came to Pensacola in the early 70s and told her story. So we kind of, in the production, we take the perspective that Corrie is here telling her story, and as she tells it, we bring it to life on the stage through music and drama. And so it's really an exciting evening.
I think this story has a particular impact for Jewish people because they often feel that Jesus Christ is their enemy. Different things have happened in history that have been done in the name of Christianity, which have been atrocious. And so they have a really hard time kind of crossing that border into thinking that Jesus Christ really could be the Son of God.
We have been very blessed in the past to present this play in churches and in other areas, and we have been blessed to see the way that the Lord has used it to change lives. Probably the most touching story that I have about this production. We performed this play in Chattanooga, Tennessee in the year 2013. And in the audience that night was two women who had been released from a concentration camp during World War II. They had been in the concentration camp 70 years before and never heard the gospel. So here, 70 years later, they come to watch this play of The Hiding Place, Life of Corrie ten Boom, and when the production was over, one of those women went to the pastor and said, "Is that story that they just told true? Is the message true?" And the pastor said yes, and she said, "Well, I want to receive Christ." So as we have shared Corrie's testimony, 70 years after the war, we saw fruit of her faithfulness in a performance.
And so to see a story where somebody who had such a strong faith in Jesus was such an ally and a friend to the people, to the Jewish people, I think is a really important thing because that is who Jesus is. He loves his people. He loves the lost. And that's the Jesus that most of the Jews don't know. And I think that this story is almost like a door where they can just kind of get a little glimpse of that into who he really is.